Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students, and a very good morning to all of you. I'm your English teacher for class 5 from Ismailia Youth Services Schools. Our topic for today's class is reading comprehension and picture composition. So, before moving towards our topic, I want to give you some instructions. Kindly follow them. Please keep a pencil and a notebook with you and note down important points you find during the class. Also, you can take screenshot. It will help you in completing home task. Okay, students, check your audio settings if you find any difficulty in listening my voice. Now coming towards our topic, which is reading comprehension. First of all, I will explain reading comprehension to you. Okay, students, I'm sharing some key points to solve reading comprehension with you. These points will help you to solve the questions regarding to the passage, and also it will help you in completing your homework. So kindly listen to me very carefully and note down the important points and also take the screenshot of the shared screen with you. So it will become beneficial for you. Okay. First point is read the given passage carefully. Like I told you before, whenever you see a passage, read the passage very carefully and then answer the question. Then read the question. First of all, you have to read the passage very carefully, twice or thrice, and understand the passage. What is the main theme of the passage? What the writer is trying to say in the passage? So read the passage carefully. Then read the question and find out the correct possible answers from the passage. Then you have to read the questions very carefully and you will find the answers from the passage also. But if you don't read the passage carefully, you don't know what is written in the passage, so you don't answer the questions appropriately. Okay, so first and foremost task is to read the passage carefully, then read the questions carefully. Question reading is also very important because it describes you the demand of question, means which type of answer is required from you. Okay. Next point is check the tense given in the passage and answer the question by using provided tense. It is also the most important point that if the passage is given in present tense, you have to give the answer in the same tense. If the passage is in past tense, then you have to follow the same tense. So the tense should be correct in the both question and answer. The tense which is given in the question will be followed in the answer. So it will help your task to be more correct, and also it is very important in your writing. So these are some key points which you have to keep in your mind while solving the passage and the questions. Okay, moving towards the passage. The passage is Pakistan is the country of villages. There are many villages in Pakistan. 80% of Pakistan's population lives in villages. There is a poverty in villages. The villagers do not have proper means to make progress. It is the duty of the young people of Pakistan to help the villagers. They should go to the villages and help the people living there. The roads in the villages are dusty. Many people live in the huts. There is no proper drainage system there. Most of the adults are uneducated. They do not take part in national programs. The villagers should be taught how to read and write. They should be taught the advantages of a small family. Okay, this is the passage. First of all, we have to read this passage very carefully and understand what is written in the passages. This passage is about Pakistan's villages. That what how the villages plays role in the country Pakistan? How many population of Pakistan lives in the villages? What are the problems of the people living in the villages? And what steps should be taken to solve these problems? Okay, so basically this paragraph and this passage is about the country Pakistan's villages. Okay, this is your passage, and I am moving towards the questions of this passage. I will solve these questions in front of you, so it will guide you in doing your homework. Okay, first question is, which type of country Pakistan is? Next question is, what are the problems of the people living in the villages? Next question, what is the duty of the young people of Pakistan? What should the villagers be taught? How much population of Pakistan lives in villages? These are 5 questions which I taken from the passage, and the answers is also present in the passage. So if you read the passage carefully, you will answer these questions very easily. Which type of country Pakistan is? Pakistan is the country of villages. What are the problems of the people living in the villages? Means they are asking you the problems you find in the passage, that there are so many problems but only few problems are written in the passage. And what are these problems? These problems are poverty and less educational facilities are the problem of people living in villages. Means I take these two problems of the people of the villages. These are not written in the sentence form in the passage, but I take these 2 points because it is the demand of my question. So summarizing it, I take these 2 points and answer this question according to the demand of the question. Okay. Now, question number 3. What is the duty of the young people of Pakistan? It is the duty of the young people of Pakistan to help the villagers. Means it is the answer is also present in your passage. I also take this answer from the passage, that what is the duty of the young people of Pakistan? It is the duty of the young people of Pakistan to help the villagers. Okay. Question number 4. What should the villagers be taught? The villagers should be taught how to read and write. Means villagers should have know-how about reading and writing. Means we have to improve the literacy rate of the villagers. They should be taught the advantages of small family. Also, we should taught them about the advantages of small family and consuming less resources. Okay. How much population of Pakistan lives in villages? The answer is 80% population of Pakistan lives in villages. So these are the answers of the questions which I shared with you. I solved these all questions in front of you, so you also understand that how I solve these questions. Sometimes the answers are already present in the form of sentences, or they are taken exactly what is written in the passage. But sometimes, according to the need of the question, we answer according to the question. Like in question number 2, it is not mentioned properly in the sentence that poverty and less educational facilities are the problem of peoples living in villages. But as we read the passage carefully and we understand the passage carefully, we answer according to the demand of the question. Okay, so sometimes it is not compulsory that the answer is totally or whole soul written in the passage. You have to use your own mind and answer the question according to the demand. Okay. Now, I hope you understand that how we solve the passage and how we solve the answer regarding to the passage which is given in the reading comprehension. Okay, students, I am moving towards our next topic, which is picture composition. This is the topic which is very interesting for students, and also students enjoy describing the pictures because it is the very creative kind of question. It is the also like a game for you to describe a picture by using vocabulary or giving the title or composing a story. It is just like a fun for us, okay? But also we have to focus some key points regarding to the picture description or picture composition. So I am sharing these key points with you. I hope you understand them. The first point is read the question carefully. Means the question which is given to you according to the picture, you have to read the question very carefully. Sometimes the demand of the question is that you only construct a story. Sometimes the question's demand is that describe a situation. Sometimes they are asking you to write about the social issue. So first of all, read the question carefully that what is the demand of the question. Next, observe the picture and suggest a suitable title according to the given situation in the picture. Then, next point is that uh, after you observe the picture and after keenly observe the picture, you have to give a suitable title to the picture. According to the picture observation, you have to give it a title and then explain the situation given in the picture. Okay, if the question is explain the situation, then you will explain the question. If they ask you to construct a story, then you will construct a story. Means according to the demand of question, you will construct your writing. But title is the most important part because it follow your writing. Okay, next point is use the provided vocabulary in describing picture. Like you all practice in your classrooms that whenever we did picture composition or picture composition, teacher gives you some vocabulary words which will helpful for you to explain the picture. So the vocabulary words are very important to describe the pictures. Okay, use them according to your sentences and then construct some amazing sentences by using these vocabulary words. Next point is keep in mind that the starting, main body, and conclusion is properly written in paragraph. Means, like I told you before, that how we write a essay or how we write on some topic, there should be a paragraph regarding to the starting of the topic, then the main body of the topic, and then the conclusion. So basically, each and every writing is based on three paragraphs. Uh, Shortly, we say that there are three paragraphs. Okay, one paragraph is for starting, means we start our topic like we start some general information about the topic. Then we move towards the main body of the topic, which is about whole information about the topic, and we share all our material which we have regarding to the topic, and then finally we find a conclusion and end our topic on the in conclusion paragraph. So paragraphs must be categorized into starting, main body, and conclusion part. Okay, check your spellings and grammatical error before submitting your work. This is some kind of a check and balance type of a point, that before submitting your work you have to check your each and every mistake, because once you submit your work it will not come in your hands again. So check your work again and again and then submit your work. I hope you understand all these points of describing the picture. I'm going to share two pictures with you. Okay, so you will understand clearly that what I'm saying you and what are the demands or which type of questions will come in your examinations. Okay, the first picture is on your screen, which is about the pollution. It is clearly observed that the pollution is described in this picture. How we judge that this is the topic of a pollution? That because we see smoke, we see some clear water, we also see some dirty water, we also see some noise type of pollution because of aeroplanes and all the buildings and cutted forest and all these type of things shows that this picture is uh, about the pollution. Okay, so the topic of the picture is pollution. Now I am giving you the vocabulary of this picture: sanitary landfill, biodegradable, ecosystem, smoke, toxic, ozone layer. These are the vocabulary of this picture. Now I am sharing some information about pollution, that how we describe this picture. First of all, we give some short introduction about the pollution, that what is pollution. Our dirty environment, or the mixing of some harmful substances in our environment is called pollution. Pollution has three types. Pollution have three types, like land pollution, air pollution, and water pollution. All these three pollutions are clearly observed in this picture. We also see the picture of contaminated water and poisonous gases in the air, and also we see some noise pollution kind of thing by observing the aeroplanes. You all know very well that all the vehicles and machineries contribute a lot in the noise pollution. So we explain further that there are three kinds of pollution. What are these? These are land pollution, air pollution, and water pollution. What is land pollution and how it is caused? Land pollution is caused by mixing of unhygienic and chemical fertilizer in our soils. Also, we put garbage all over whenever we want to recycle or waste our material. We put them on our streets and also very carelessly on everywhere. So it also contribute in land pollution. We cut trees and forest, so it is also the cause of the reason of land pollution, and also it is the reason of climate changes. We use plastic bags and plastic bottles which are not easily recycled. So we should use some biodegradable things which should be utilized and reused and or recycled easily. Now, moving towards the next pollution, which is water pollution. How our water is polluted? Uh, there are also some factors which are contributing a lot in contaminating our water. The chemical wastage and the chemical kind of waters which emits from industries and factories, they drain this water in rivers and sea. It not only harmful for sea life and marine life, but also it is very harmful for human beings, because we drink this water, the water which is in rivers and streams. We use them in our cooking and also for our drinking purpose. So when we drink these contaminated water and dirty water, it causes many diseases like stomach diseases, and also these are the cause of many skin problems, and also it causes diarrhea and all these type of things. Okay, so how we control this water pollution? By uh, by allowing industries that they are not they are not going to drain their waste material in the seas and rivers. And also they have to take some steps to reuse or recycle their chemicals and waste material. Now moving towards the third kind of pollution, which is air pollution, and it is the most dangerous kind of pollution, because we breathe in this air and in this polluted air. When we breathe, this toxic air goes in our lungs, and also it harms our lungs, and also it become very harmful for our immune system. because a healthy air is very necessary for humans and also for animals and all the survival of life. Okay, so when we inhale this dirty air, there we got so many infections of lungs and also uh, tuberculosis and all these type of things. Okay, so we should not use the vehicles which emit so much smoke, and also we should not burn our waste and garbage in the areas where there are which are living areas. Means we have to waste our material and burn our waste material in the uh, in some areas where there is no population, or in the a deserts type of area. So this is the picture regarding to your pollution. You can add more points by using the vocabularies that sanitary. We should waste our garbage in proper place. These places are called sanitary landfills. Means where the wastage are buried. These type of lands are called sanitary landfills. We use biodegradable things which are easily recycled and reused, and we should keep our ecosystem clean. Ecosystem is our environment. Everything around us is our ecosystem. Smoke is the real and very dangerous kind of gases, mixture of gases which emits from industries, vehicles, and all these things, and it is very harmful for human beings as well as animals. Also, toxic kinds of material from which emits from industries and chemical fertilizers also contaminate our land, water, and air. And also, the very protective layer around our earth, which is called ozone layer. Ozone layer is also damaging day by day due to this pollution. So, we humans are responsible for destroying our own home, which is our earth. Earth is our home, so we are destroying this by causing so much pollution. You will end this topic like this. So I shared this picture with you, and also I explained this picture with you, so it will help you in doing your homework. Now moving towards the next picture. This is next picture, picture number 2. Okay, first of all, observe this picture very carefully and then give a suitable title to this picture. In this picture, you can see a boy who is sitting in front of a laptop, and also this picture is showing about online classes, online teaching, and online classes. So, a student is taking online classes in this picture. So, basically, the title of this picture is e-learning or online learning. So, in this pandemic situation, we are practicing online classes which are very beneficial for us nowadays, because due to this pandemic kind of situation, or when all the educational institutes are closed, so if we don't have this facility, so what will we do? We spoil our whole year sitting in our homes. So online education gave us the platform to communicate with our teachers, to complete our session, and also to improve, to enhance our skills, and to motivate us towards the new skills, to adopt new skills, because it is a very new kind of teaching for new kind of teaching scheme for teachers as well, and also it is a very interesting kind of study for students. Also, you can take screenshot of the homework, and you can do your homework whenever you want. You can record your lectures, and you can see these lectures whenever you want, or whenever you are doing your homework. If you don't understand any point, you can repeat it again and again. So there are so many benefits of the online classes. So the vocabulary about the online or e-learning is that the screen timing, home studies, virtual and online teaching, technology, gadgets, and e-books. Now we use these words, vocabulary words in describing the pictures that online education gives us many benefits, but also it increases the screen timings of the students. And the negative points of increasing screen time is that we lose our visual powers more rapidly. Okay, but the positive point of online studies is that we study from home. Whenever you want, you don't need to put your uniform, shoes, and properly appeared in the physical class. Just switch your laptops and mobiles, and you can take your class anywhere, anytime. You can also record your lecture, take the screenshot for your later use, and also it is very helpful for you. Virtual and online teaching, virtual teaching is also online teaching, is also a new experience for teacher as well as students. But because it is the era of technology and we are living in 21st century, so this technology is giving us some more skills and improving our computer skills rapidly, because we use so many upgraded gadgets like headphones, and we use the apps which are provide which help us to communicate with our teachers, and also it gives us the feeling of a classroom. Okay, and ebooks are called online books. The books which are present in the PDF forms in on your internet are called ebooks. So these all things are very interesting for us, and also it's the need of time, and also there are so many benefits of online teaching, but it also has some negative point. It is not a substitute of physical teaching. There are many benefits of physical teaching, but we, as you all know, that it is the era of technology, and we have to follow these steps of others, and also uh, we have to move with the world. So and also it is very helpful to improve our computer skills and all the things. So online classes are overall very beneficial for us. Okay, students, I hope you understand that how we explain picture by using vocabulary. Now I am moving towards our home task, and kindly do your homework in your fair copies. In your composition part, make the title page for reading comprehension first, and then write the question of read the passage carefully and answer the given question. So this is the passage for your reading comprehension. Take the screenshot of this passage. I am also going to read this passage with you. The farmers saw their crops and reaped the harvest. There are sowing season and harvesting season in rural areas of Pakistan. As the crop grow, the farmers' hearts leap with joy. They expect to gather the fruit of their labor. The farmers employ a large force of landless laborers. The laborers cut the crops and get their wages. When the crop is ready for sickle, they start the work of harvesting it. All of them move down to the fields with beaming faces. They start their work early in the morning. They swiftly go on reaping their crops, and they laugh and sing. They enjoy their work. This, the gay field turned into a deserted field. Okay, this is the passage. Take the screenshot of this passage. So I will move forward. Okay. Now these are the questions which you have to complete by your own in your fair copies. First of all, note down the passage, note down the question, then note down the whole passage in your copy, then put the heading of questions, then write down question, then the answer of the question accordingly, like we did in our classrooms. Okay, there are 5 questions. What do the farmer do? What seasons are there in rural Pakistan? When do the farmers start their work of harvesting? Why do the farmer employ a large force of landless laborers? How does the field look after harvesting? Okay, These are five questions which you have to answer. Take the screenshot of these answers so I will move forward. Okay, now your next home task is about picture description, and the picture is present on the page number 112 of your course book. You have to complete this task by open the book in front of you, open page number 112 of your course book, then it will become easy for you to do your home task and also describing the picture. Okay, there are two questions which you are seeing in your screen regarding to the picture description. In first question, the question is observe the given picture carefully and describe the situation by using vocabulary. The demand of the first question is that you have to use the given vocabulary and describe the situation. Mean they are not demanding any kind of title or any kind of story from you. They just ask you to describe the situation, that what is happening in this picture. So you will explain that this is the picture about a car incident, or there are some reporters and a guy who's very worried about the accident and all these things. You will describe the situation by using the vocabulary words, and the vocabulary words are also on your screens. An incident, reporters, accident, car crash, screamed, lost control, skidding, hit the brake, reckless driving. These all are the vocabulary words which are given to you. Okay, so the next question is same picture, but the question is different. Write a story by observing the given picture and give suitable title to the story. Now you have to give the title of to the story, and you have to construct a story of about 100 words. Okay, construct a story, a short story in which you will explain that what is happening in this picture, and by observing the picture make your own story and also give a suitable title and moral to the story. You all know very well that the story has always a title and a moral. So students, this is your home task. I hope you understand it very clearly. I am again repeating you, do your work in your fair copies in the composition part, which is the grammar part of your copies. So do this work in your fair copies. Okay. Students, take care of yourself. This is the end of our session. Allah Hafiz, and take care of yourself.